You know, sometimes college can be stressful, and I've found that a good way to relax is to make a nice home-cooked meal. What I'm going to show you today is a dish I like to call Frito Pie. It's a nice comfort food, it can be good for one or many, and it's great with leftovers. Come on, let's go.
Let's start with the ingredients you're going to need. A head of lettuce, 1 white onion, green onions or scallions, diced red tomatoes, canned is fine, minute rice, sour cream, a Mexican 4-cheese blend, a big can of Hormel no-bean chili, and a big old bag of Fritos. The first thing you're going to want to do is get a pot of water and get it started boiling for the rice. This is going to take a minute for it to get to the boiling point, so you might as well start it first thing and then you can start prepping your other food. So set your burner on high, cover the water, and forget about it. This is also a good time to go ahead and set your oven, set it at 350 degrees, and just let it preheat. Also, you're going to want to start heating up the chili. So go ahead, get out your can opener, pop that puppy open. When you're at the store, you might want to get a second can, because if you're anything like me, you're going to get to the point where you're putting it in there, you say, I wish there was more chili. So go ahead and put that on the burner, somewhere between low and medium. Not cooking it, we're just heating it up. Now that you've got your warm ingredients getting warm, it's time to go to the vegetables. Start prepping them. Always remember to wash your vegetables. Start with the lettuce. Just chop it up. You're going to want about 3/4 of a head, probably, enough to cover the entire casserole dish. Next, go on to your scallions. Cut off the green parts and just chop them up real fine. Remember, these aren't a main ingredient. These are just for flavor, so don't go too crazy with it. Same thing with the white onions. Go ahead and chop off the ends first, and this is going to make it a whole lot easier for you to peel. Slice off the edge, and then you can just peel it off almost in one piece. Now again, the onions aren't a main ingredient. You can add a little bit if you like them. If you don't, leave them out. It's no big deal. Go ahead and set these aside in a bowl when you're finished cutting them. After a few minutes, your water should be boiling. This is where the minute rice comes in. You want to measure up about 1.5 to 2 cups of dry rice, pour it in there, and if it's instant rice like this, you want to go ahead and take it off the heat, turn the burner off, take it off the burner so it's away from the heat, and just let the rice soak up all that water. Don't forget to stir your chili from time to time to keep it from burning. Now that all the ingredients are starting to come together, whip out your casserole dish, and we're going to go ahead and start throwing things together. First, find your can of tomatoes. Like the chili, this is one of those things you might want to get 2 cans of while you're at the store, just in case you find out that 1 isn't enough. After you've opened the tomatoes, go ahead and put them over the sink and drain them. There probably won't be a whole lot of juice, but you want to get that extra moisture out of there. You're going to have plenty between the chili and the rice. Go ahead and get your Fritos and open them up and just start pouring them into the bottom of the casserole dish. Be sure not to use all the Fritos at this point because they will get a little bit soggy during baking, and especially if you reheat them later for leftovers, you're going to want some crispy chips to put on top. This is why I recommend the big bag. Next, go ahead and take your drained rice and just start to sprinkle it over the top of the chips. 1.5 cups might not be enough, but usually 2 is good. Rice is really nice for this dish because it's a good way to stretch it out. You're getting fuller and you're getting more nutrition, etc., for less money. Rice is cheap, so go ahead and lay it on. And now for the chili. Go ahead and just spoon it all on there. Don't worry about it getting too even. You can always smooth it over with the spoon. And like I said, if this doesn't look like enough once you pour it out, go ahead and open another can, put it in a bowl, warm it up in the microwave, and just slop it on top there. Next, go ahead and get your tomatoes and start pouring them over the top as evenly as you can, but don't worry about it, you can always spread them out later. And you may want a second can, just in case. Can't really overdo it with tomatoes, they're delicious. If you like onions, this is going to be the spot where you want to put them in. Don't overdo it, this is just an accent, it's not a main ingredient. Same goes with the scallions, just kind of sprinkle them in there. And lettuce. Now with the lettuce, you just want to pile it on there. Just pretty much cover the entire casserole dish. Don't be worried that you're going to overdo it. Go ahead and open up that bag of 4-cheese blend that you got. Some people will just use cheddar, but for my money, 4 cheeses are always better than 1. And just go ahead and layer it on there. When your oven's preheated to 350, go ahead and pop it in. You're going to want to set your timer for 17 to 20 minutes. Basically what you're looking for is that the cheese is melted and bubbly and the lettuce has started to wilt just a little bit. One of the beautiful things about Frito pie is that by the time you put it in the oven, everything's already cooked. You're just letting it meld together a little bit, so it doesn't take long at all to bake. This also makes it convenient if you need to add some extra ingredients at the last minute. Originally, Frito pie was sold out of the back of snack trucks in individual Frito bags with chili and cheese on top. For this big variety, you're going to want to scoop it out on a plate, give it a couple of fresh Fritos out of the bag, and, of course, a little sour cream. You can never go wrong with sour cream. And voila, there you have it. Quick, easy, delicious Frito pie.